If you think that your job is a hurdle and it's coming in the way of you doing something incredible or you achieving something really big and you want to quit your job, then watch this video carefully because I'm going to tell you a better path. I'm going to tell you a better way to analyze and decide whether that's the real scenario or not. Let's get started. First thing is understanding the human behavior. When we humans have all the freedom in the world to decide on what we want to work on and how much we want to work on, then as per research, we humans fall into two categories. First category is of people who end up overworking in such scenarios when nobody is asking them to work, nobody is their boss. Then they end up working so much more than their 9 to 5 jobs to the point where they actually hit the burnout. But this category of people includes very less percentage of people. Most of the people fall into category 2, which is where people end up working very less or nothing at all. And there is a very high chance that you fall into the second category because that's what research says. And if that happens, then you will have to very embarrassingly go back to your job if you quit. So that's not something you really want. So listen to the rest of the points very carefully. Second is monitor your time, where you are spending your time. Monitor that. The thing is that when we are in a job, we think that there aren't enough hours in a day so that we can put some work into that side hustle, that side project, something that we love doing for ourselves because our job is taking so much of our time. Now we spend so much time in those little distractions here and there that if you add all of those hours of distractions, you'll be amazed to see how much time we are wasting. At least for me, it was a great realization when I tracked my time spent on my digital devices, my laptop, my phone, the time where I wasn't doing anything useful. I mean, initially it doesn't seem very harmful to just scroll for 5 minutes on the phone or maybe on laptop, but we never realize when those 5 minutes turns into 25 minutes and 35 minutes. So please make sure that you're tracking your time and you know exactly how much time you're spending where, because if you do not have track of your time and you're simply labeling the lack of time to your job, then even if you quit, that problem will not be solved. So first monitor your time, know where you are spending your time, and I'm sure every day if you spend 2-3 hours on something, that is more than enough to scale that thing up, provided you're consistent on it. Third thing that you must try is take a break from your job, like a 7-day break or how much ever paid leave is feasible for you to take that. But at least 1 week should be there. And start that vacation with a mindset that you do not have to go back to your job at all. And now this is your reality, this is your life, and you have full control over your schedule from morning till evening. You are your own boss and you get to decide what you want to work on. I challenge you, once you start being your own boss in that time frame, you will realize that you are doing essentially the same amount of work and you're putting the same amount of time and efforts in that side hustle, the amount that you were anyways putting when you were on your full-time job. This is the reality check and you must take it. Next thing you must do is you must ask yourself whether you are running away from something or you are running towards something. If you have a target in your mind and you're leaving your job just so that you can be more invested in that target, just so that you can be more invested in that project, that is a much more safer place than simply running away from your job and not knowing what to do next and not knowing where you aspire to go after leaving this job. And that next thing need not to be any project. That next thing need not to be any side hustle. It can be as simple as resting, but you must know what it is. You must know in your head that you're running because you want to rest a little more. You are running away from that job because you want to take a break. You want to give your mind some peace. You want to give your mind some break, because if you do not have that clarity in your head and you do not know towards what you are running, towards what you are making a move, then even if you take that break to rest, you will not be able to rest. Constantly in your head, you will be worried about the next thing, or you'll be worried about going back to some another job, or maybe for your family. So the point is, if you do not have that clarity in your head that towards what you are moving, why you are leaving your job, then you will not be able to accomplish anything. You left one trouble and you will enter the next trouble of your life. So make sure whenever you decide to quit, you have analyzed this. You know that you're not running away from something. Instead, you are running towards something. You must have that clarity. Next thing to ask yourself is, can you financially afford this decision? Can you financially afford to not work and to just quit your job without another offer? Always live by the rule that hope for the best, but be prepared for the worst. Before you leave your job, you must have 8 months to 12 months of savings. Obviously, there are other things as well. For example, you start living below your means. I mean, when you start doing this, you will be surprised to see how little you need to sustain yourself if you live below your means. And obviously this does not include your emergency fund. Your emergency fund should be over and above your saving of that 8 months to 12 months of money. Next is, have a buddy in this transition journey. You are for sure going to be on an emotional roller coaster ride when you embark on this quitting journey. There will be days where you would just love it. You will love this newly found freedom, and there will be days when you will regret quitting your job. So it's very important that you have someone, that one person with whom you can speak, with whom you can share what you are going through. And you do not need 1,000 friends for these. You just need that one person, and doesn't have to be from your field, doesn't have to be from career or a job that you are doing. That person can be from any walk of life. It can be your parent, your friend, your grandparent, any mentor, any cousin, any distant relative, anybody. Basically someone who is ready to listen to you, who listens genuinely, and who can reassure you when things are not going so great in your life. Now, what is the advantage of this? Advantage of this is that when things do not go the way you planned and you hit a really low point in your life, the chances for you to suffer anxiety and depression increases. And when people take decisions from that mindset, it gets very dangerous. Sometimes we cannot see a way out. So that person can help us understand the situation from a third person's view, that things are not as bad as they are looking to us. There is a way out. That is the whole purpose. So that's why it's very important that you have that one person, you have that one buddy in your entire transition journey. Now, the next thing to do before you quit your job or before you decide is try to see if there is a possibility for you to establish another income stream. It can be as small as giving tuitions to your neighbors, or maybe giving online tuitions, or monetizing some skill online, or maybe creating some content online, or maybe something else. The agenda here is not about how much money you can earn through anything else. I mean, that's a plus. If you're getting a lot of money from that income stream, it's a plus. But the whole agenda here is that if you have already identified that, yes, there is a possibility for me to earn through any other way, there is some other way, the pressure on your mind will be much lesser when you quit. And when things are not working out, you will not have that pressure that, oh my God, what I'm going to do now? There's no other way out. There's no other way to earn money for me. And that can take a lot of toll on your mental health. So if you have already identified a way with which you can earn money, less or more, doesn't matter, then you will be at ease. You would know that it's okay if things didn't work out how I planned them. I know there's a way I can always go back to earn money. It can be tuitions, or maybe as simple as driving cabs or something else. And if you think it's not necessary to figure that out now, if things doesn't work out my way, then I'll figure out. My friend, at that point in time, you will be so emotionally drained. You will feel like a loser because things didn't work out as you planned. You will not have the energy or mental capacity to figure out a new thing. The biggest hurdle in anything in life is to start. Once you take that first step, then things are not that hard. So when you're already at such a low point in your life, you will not feel like giving it a try. Let me see if I can do it. At that point in time, you will not even see the options. All the options will disappear from your mind. You will not be able to make a decision. So it's very important that you establish or identify these alternatives before you quit, and you make yourself comfortable with these options. You do not have to go over the board. If it is as simple as taking the tuition, try and test yourself by giving tuitions in that time frame while you are still contemplating quitting your job. Try and see if you like or not. If you like, good enough, you can stop. If you want to continue, good for you. You can stop, and later you will be at peace because you know you tried and tested. You loved giving tuitions. That gave you some financial help as well, and it's like a win-win situation for you. Next point to consider is being your own boss is very expensive. I mean, you won't realize it before quitting your job, but the medical expenses, the medical insurance is very expensive. The loan, the possibility for you to get debt or to get loan, be it any kind of loan, educational loan, home loan, business loan, personal loan, everything will become much more difficult because banks prefer to give loans to people who are employed somewhere. Employees get loans fairly easily in comparison to people who are not working in some kind of jobs. So all of that will become really difficult and tedious, something that you will have to put a lot of efforts in which you never thought when you were in your job. So analyze all of that and then take your decision. Now let's address the elephant in the room, the passion. Now the bitter truth about the so-called passion, what I've come to realize is that if you turn your passion into your income source, as in you're dependent on the income that it is generating to sustain your life, then that passion will become your job and you will stop loving it. That's how it is, guys. That's really how it is, guys. You got to believe me on this. And the passion sounds passionate only until when you work on it, when you feel like working on it. The day it becomes a responsibility, the day it starts making you income on which you are dependent, the day you have to do it regularly, you will stop being passionate about it and you will equally hate it as you hate your job. And if you are not realizing this factor about passion, and if you feel like, oh, once I start working on my passion, it will be a very different thing, I'll be able to work like 12 hours, 365 days, then that's not the reality. You are living in your dream world. Come out of it. Now the final point on the list, which I just cannot ignore, it is that luck is a real thing. No matter how much you try to ignore it, no matter how much you say that, oh, with hard work I'll overshadow the luck factor, you can't really. I mean, luck is truly a thing, and if you're putting everything in that one project, in that one thing for which you quit your job, you put your 100% saving in it, there is no guarantee that that thing will become a success. So plan your life in a way that you do not burn everything down to zero. So please plan well, analyze everything, and if feasible, try not to quit your job just because you feel there aren't enough hours to put in your side hustle. First, try and test your side hustle. First, know that that side hustle will give you the financial freedom, will sustain your lifestyle, will support your family financially. Only then make the move. Otherwise, you will just jump into the vacuum and you'll feel as if nothing is moving. You are putting your 100% and you're like running on that treadmill, but you're not making any progress. Nothing at all is moving. So guys, that was it. These are the factors that you must consider before you quit your job. So let's quickly take a look at the summary of today's video, all the points in a glance. And with that, I'm signing off. You keep on watching more content on the Corporate Diaries to be corporate ready, and I will see you in my next one. Till then, stay safe and healthy. Take care. Bye.